Good morning. This is my two-card draw for today, which is Saturday, October 2nd. And I started with the playing cards and I pulled over the two of diamonds and the 10 of spades. So this is my approach for today, basically to be open to partnerships and working with others cooperatively, maybe even making a deal and staying open in that way. And it's telling me here, the cards are telling me to avoid, okay, overworking and maybe even being cynical. So I went further in drawing more cards from the wild archetype, the wild unknown archetype, and you'll see from that deck. That's what that deck looks like. It comes from here. Um, with that deck, I pulled in support of this partnership, the underworld. This is a card of me to saying, let's not be fearful today. The underworld can be a scary place to go. And for me, today, I think is telling me to approach today without fear. Don't be afraid of any partnerships that may come about. And over here, to avoid underneath, avoid being overworked or working too hard or overthinking, but also avoid being cynical or sarcastic. Maybe sometimes I can get a little, crash when I've overworked myself. So it's telling me to sort of avoid that in this sense. So I wanted a little bit more insight about, well, who is this partnership? Who might I approach into some sort of business deal? And the card that I turned over from the Hoodoo deck was the ace of knives. So to me, that jumped out. Now this is about making a decision, even though it may hurt or something along that side, using discernment, starting a new adventure, starting a new project. So I found this one interesting because for me, in my, sort of synchronizing all of the cards that I read, this is a person that I've actually been curious about approaching, about possibly doing some work together. So she is actually the Ace of Diamonds, and this symbol here for me would represent this whole esoteric reading system as sort of the Ace of Spades. And I find that very insightful. So I may just send her an email today, but these are the cards that I pulled on my two-card draw. I know it's more than two cards there, but it always starts out with the two. If you are interested in a reading, you can contact me at my email address below, or you can find me at Namaste Bookstore in New York City on Tuesdays, Wednesdays, and Thursday evenings, and Saturdays all day. Be blessed.